Hi, I'm Chris Cardona, and I invite you to come along with me as I take you on a walking tour around the beautiful brand new MSC Seashore coming up on Talking Cruise. So we are going to start our tour on Deck 5 midship, and this is the MSC Foundation area. This is a charitable organization that MSC started to help underprivileged children across the world. And here you can buy some items and the monies will be donated to the causes. Okay, from the MSC Foundation area you come into the photo gallery. And also you can come here and you can buy cameras and accessories for your cameras. And then as we keep walking aft on deck number 5, we're going to pass through the gallery area. So this is where they actually display photos. And they have these digital walls where they'll just randomly show different people's pictures. You might catch yours as you're passing through. And they do have kiosks, which I'll show you in a moment, where you can actually order all your photos. And then here's a larger wall that will have kind of a mix of images throughout the voyage. And then this will bring us into the Seashore atrium. This little section here right off the main atrium is where you can use the kiosks to order your photos. So you can swipe your card here and it'll walk you through the process of finding your pictures. So over here we have the Seashore guest services. And down here on deck 5, something I'm going to point out that is another thing that's quite different about MSC is you do have to actually register a credit card. So there's a couple of these terminals here, and what you do is you put your room key, it'll recognize what room you're in, and then you would swipe a card, and it would take automatic hold if you're using like a debit card, or do a pre-authorization for a credit card. And this has to be done at some point during the cruise, otherwise you will not be able to get off the ship. You'll have to settle your account before you do. So just keep that in mind. Try to do it maybe as soon as you're board so that you're not really having to deal with it any other time. So part of the section of deck 5 is split, so I'm going to take you around this side, which will take us through the dining room. So here we have the Central Park restaurant, and if you're in Aria like I am, this is actually the restaurant that you would have open seating, so you can pretty much come at any time between 5:45 and 9:30, and it's just off to one side of the main dining room. And then the rest of the dining is assigned early or late seatings. And as I said, this is the Central Park restaurant. You will find that there's a lot of New York influenced names all over the ship, because that is actually the theme for MSC Seashore, is New York. If you find that you're lost at some point while you're walking around the ship, they do have these kiosks set up. What's great too is that you can actually, over here, you can either tap your band, your MSC For Me band, or you can use your key card, and then it'll automatically recognize you, and then you can actually look at your daily planner. You can see your restaurant reservations, or make reservations, or get tickets for one of the shows. So that's really nice and handy. If you don't want to have your phone around with you, you can use these machines pretty much the same way. Okay, I'm going to take you back through the atrium now. And over here we have the future cruise area. So if you want to book a cruise, your next cruise while on this cruise, you can do so. And they do have certain offers where you can save some money, maybe get some onboard credits for your future vacation. And then down here we have the Seashore Bar, which is really the hub during the evenings because the restaurant is so close by. People come here for drinks before and or after dinner time. And all the atriums on MSC ships are just gorgeous, and this is definitely no exception. So the atrium spans deck 5, deck 6, 7, and 8 up there. And then here in the central part, right above the bar, they do have these stages where they'll have performers every evening. Okay, from the deck 5 atrium, we're going to go up. And another beautiful element on a lot of MSC ships are these Swarovski crystal staircases. Just really, really sparkling. So we're now on deck 6 aft, and this is the Tribeca restaurant. This is another main dining room, so guests will be assigned this depending on where they are located on the ship. So they would have an early or, again, late seating option here. And again, you have that New York vibe here, like the little cityscapes and skylines. Every restaurant is different, although the menus will be the same from one to the next. Now with MSC, the only way to have an open seating dining would be to be in the Aria or Yacht Club. Those are the only two that have flexible dining times. All the other room experiences, you would have a choice of early or late seating. And for the most part, they can accommodate one or the other of those. So we're going to be heading forward on deck number 6, and this seating area here is an extension off the Shine Bar, which we're in port right now, and it's still quite early, so they haven't really opened it yet. But again, nice spot to kind of listen to the live music in the evenings and grab a beverage. There's another shot of the Seashore bar down there. And then on the other side, we have MSC Excursions office. So if you're looking to plan a trip ashore, this would be the place to come and stop by. They can help you with all the different excursion options at your port of calls. You can incidentally also book them through the MSC For Me app, or better yet, you can pre-book them from home before you even step on board. And I just love the beautiful floor-to-ceiling windows here. It just gives you an incredible view here in port or when you're at sea. Okay, we're going to continue to head forward on deck number 6, and we're going to go past the Shine Bar. And this will take us into another themed area, which is Times Square. All these displays are kind of getting you ready for the shopping that's coming up ahead. So this is kind of the boulevard of shops and lounges and such as well. So this is the entrance to Times Square, hence the sign over there. And over here you've got the duty-free shops, liquors and cigars and candies and such. Again, it's not open right now because we're still in port. And then here on the other side we have the Vinci Chocolate Shop, where they actually make chocolates every single day, as you can see here. And chocolate chips, which was nice to receive one in my room. Look at that, nice flowing chocolate. Now if you want to stop by Vinci, you can come and grab a nice specialty coffee. They have the scooped gelato and chocolates that you can eat here, or they have an assortment, a variety of chocolates that you can mix and match and take a nice box home with you to your family and friends. Now all of the coffees and chocolates and ice creams and such are not included on any of the packages, so they are all at an additional cost, but reasonable prices. And here's some more shops. You've got perfumery, cosmetics, loads and loads of them in fact. And then this section here in the middle is really nice. There's live entertainment every evening with dueling pianos, and the performance they have on board this cruise are spectacular. You could really spend hours just listening to them. And what's nice is it's open to above, which is the casino up on deck number 7, and you can hear it while you're up there as well. And then up here they have this sort of Times Square, you know, famous facades with all the big screens. That's really cool. And you can see they've taken the screens all the way to the top, and they even have the sky up there as well that's moving. And then on the other side you've got handbags and more shops, clothing and watches. And then as we continue forward past the Times Square, this is going to take us to the lower level of the theater, which is right through here. And this is kind of a long corridor. There's a much quicker access on one deck above. And just past this corner, and now we're into the main theater. It's a great theater design. It's very open. There's really no bad seats with obstructions. And the shows, I'm a huge fan of MSC's entertainment. Not many cruise ships where you have pretty much a brand new production in the main theater every single evening. So we're now on deck 7. This is all the way forward and the entrance to the Madison Theater. We just showed you that from deck 6 below. I'll just take you on just a quick view from up here. And again, as I said, there really are no bad seats. It's nice sight lines pretty much everywhere in this theater. Okay, now we're going to be deck 7 heading aft, and that'll take us through the Signature Casino. So you have all the typical slot machines that you'd expect on board some of the latest ships. Here's a view down to the dueling pianos below, as I mentioned before. So it's a great spot to watch from up here. And it's a fairly large casino, but it is quite open, so there's not a whole lot of congestion. This is the casino bar. And keeping the theming going from New York, we've got Lady Liberty right up there. And then on the other side we have the table games. All the different tables available here on board the ship. And then this section is open to Times Square below. This area kind of acts as its own atrium. As you can see, it actually goes from deck 5 to deck 8 as well. And we're going to continue to head aft, and it'll take us past through the atrium again. And they really take the slots pretty much all the way to the main entrance, which this is taking us, as I said, to the atrium, straight ahead over there. Alright, so this is deck 7 midship atrium. And once again, get a different view from up here. From here you also get a really nice perspective of all the Swarovski crystals on the staircases. They just glisten. So this section of deck 7 that wraps around the central atrium area is the champagne bar, which is not open currently, but it will definitely be open as we start sailing later on this evening. And there is seating on both sides, and there will be bar service, so you grab yourself a nice comfortable seat. And over here we have another shop with watches and sunglasses and jewelry. All right, so from the atrium here on deck 7, we're going to continue to move aft. And there are some more of those cruise card activation areas if you need. And the first area we're going to pass, this is the Fifth Avenue restaurant. This is another main dining room. So again, it will have the same menu, but depending on where you're located on the ship, this will be your assigned dining room. This is the inside of the Fifth Avenue restaurant. So as I was saying, it's not a huge dining room, but it does allow the flow of guests to spread out around the ship. And now we're passing through this tunnel here, which will take us to the aft theater, which is a brand new venue for MSC. And the colors will change in here throughout the day. It could be rainbow, it could be red or pink. It's a little more subdued blue right now. Once you pass through the tunnel, over here on the right side, there is this amazing photo op. Looks like you're in a hot air balloon. So definitely check that out here on deck 7. So we're just coming to the entrance of Le Cabaret Rouge, which is a brand new venue for MSC Cruises. And then over here we also have the Manhattan restaurant, which is another main dining venue on board MSC Seashore. None of the dining rooms are super huge, so spreading the people out like this makes a lot of sense. Now this is the upper level of the cabaret venue here. And this space is being promoted kind of as an interactive theater environment. So they have live music, and then they'll have different performers throughout the evenings, usually I think between 8 and 11. There might be some aerial acts, there could be dancers, singers. We had a little bit of that over the past couple of nights, and look forward to some more of it. So that lower area there, it's not accessible from deck 6. You have to actually come up and come through the main area that we just did. But you can definitely sit down there and have a drink and enjoy the show up close and personal. And then there's lots of nice seating all across the upper level here in the mezzanine. And one thing I didn't see, because I've only been here in the evening, is there's some really nice windows right off the back of the ship here. And you can see Ocho Rios over there. So we are all the way aft on deck number 8, and this is the infinity pool. This is a major upgrade from the original Seaside class. This pool is much larger. It's much more, well, it's right up against the water here, which is nice. Sort of infinity edge, not quite, but sort of. And just like MSC Seaside, the Seashore has these aft sort of condo style balconies. These are actually Aria suites. Been in those a couple of times, very nice. And I really like these loungers along the side here. Perfect position to sip a cocktail while you're keeping your toes in the water. In case you need another Vinci fix, there is another location out here. Nothing's really stored yet, but they will have chocolates, and they'll have gelato as well. And just so you know, this area is designated adults only, which I'm sure the adults appreciate. So over here we have the Infinity Bar right next to the Infinity Pool. And your friendly bartenders are going to help you with some amazing drinks throughout your voyage. So just forward of the Infinity Pool, we have the Uptown Lounge. So this is the Uptown Lounge here, and it's just forward of the Infinity Pool. In fact, there is a door, direct access to the Infinity Pool area. And there'll be live music in here and activities throughout the voyage. And of course, there is a bar in the Uptown Lounge. All right, I'm going to take you on the outer promenade here on deck 8. And it's a little bit different on each side, so we're going to start here on the starboard side. And there are lots of deck chairs normally in this area, but we've had quite a bit of a wind over the past couple of days, and most of the chairs have been tied up. Plus, we're really at low capacity on board this sailing, around 1,800 guests, so I guess they don't really need all of the other chairs. Now, I'll also mention while I'm here is this is actually where I ran this morning. There is no jogging track on this ship. Of course, there is the full fitness center, and you have all the different equipment there, but I really prefer to run outside whenever I can. So this actually worked out great because there were no chairs or any obstacles in the way, but just keep in mind you can't do a full lap around the ship because it is closed off at the forward section, so you can do like a extended U, if you will, from one side to the next, and it's pretty much what I did. Now there is this infinity bridge on both sides of the ship. However, this one is, they're doing window washing right now, so I can't go through on this side, but I will hop over onto the port side and show you over there, as well as some other features. All right, so we're now deck 8 aft on the port side, and we're gonna enter into this area, and this is the alfresco outside dining area for Butcher's Cut Steakhouse. I'll be enjoying a meal here this evening. This is specialty dining, and you can have it on the many packages available here on board the ship. We don't want to eat here right now with the sun beaming down, but as you're sailing away, this is a fantastic spot to enjoy a meal. And here's the inside of Butcher's Cut. Very much a steakhouse with dark colors and nice leather seats. And this is much larger than the Butcher's Cut on board MSC Seaside. So this is just one of the areas that was taken over. This was the buffet on the Seaside, so they really utilized this space nicely for the specialty restaurants. And I like that they have this open see-through kitchen here as well. You can see what's going on, see them searing your nice cut of meat. And this nice big table right here is for the chef's table. So for a premium charge, you can actually get a course-by-course selections, and the chef will come out and explain every course, and it is paired with wines as well. And here along the side, they have some nice two-tops, so if you want a nice cozy, intimate dinner with your special someone, this is a great spot, so make sure you ask for one of these. If you're a connoisseur of wines, you might want to check out the wine cellar, which they have tons of bottles that you can choose from, and they do wine tastings in here as well. So right between the specialty restaurants that are deck 8 aft, we have the cocktail bar, and it's a nice lounge. You can come and enjoy a beverage after your nice dinner here. And another spot that I'll be enjoying later in the week is the Kato Teppanyaki. And this is actually one of the larger ones that I've seen on MSC ships. Lots of different tables. And look forward to the show and the flair of the hibachi chefs.
3, 4, 5, 2, US Navy black hawk down, no, 10, 9, 8, that should be fine.
Hey! There you go. And then here along the other side, we do have the Kato Sushi Bar. And I love this conveyor system that they have. So there'll be sushi in here, and you can just pick off which one you want. It's all color coded and priced accordingly. And here we have the Ocean Key, or Ocean Cay, whichever way you want to pronounce it. I kind of prefer Key myself. And I had dinner here last night. It was very nice. Obviously more seafood selections, and looks a little bit different in the evening when it's all set up, but not a huge space, but very nice with little sea life decor. Oh hey, back outside here on the port side, deck number 8, and we're hopefully going to be able to walk all the way forward across the Infinity Bridge, but they are doing balcony cleaning, so there might be an obstruction coming up here. We'll see. Definitely going to watch my footing with all this water around here. Well, we made it across the bridge. That's a good sign. And as I said earlier, this was my jogging track this morning, and it actually ended up working out pretty well for me. And you've got some more tables over here if you want to come out here and have a coffee in the morning from one of the bars on the inside. And then something else that was added to these larger seaside ships are these whirlpools over here on the side of the ship. Really nice. Take a soak in here with an awesome view right outside there. And it's basically one long bench with jets inside the bench and in the floor and in the back as well. And we're almost at the end of the section that we can walk through here on deck number 8. But we're moving forward. And on this particular deck, the most forward section is the Aria Spa. And you can't go through this door, but on the other side of here is the Aria Spa outdoor area, which has a whirlpool and some loungers. But you access this through the main entrance, which I'll show you in a little bit. So now I brought you back midship here on deck number 8, which is the highest level of the atrium area. And on this side here we have the art gallery. Some just stunning pictures. Not inexpensive, but just beautiful. And this area kind of splits on both sides, so I'll take you around each side. Here we have the MSC logo shop, everything you might want with an MSC logo on it, including the ship model, which I think it's coming to my fleet very soon. And here's another view of the atrium from the top deck, number 8. And as we continue to move forward, we're going to pass through another specialty restaurant, Ola Tacos and Cantina. I'm looking forward to coming here in a day or two. And yes, I will be trying all the specialty dining on board. So this is a nice casual eatery. They have an all-you-can-eat option, is included on several of the packages as well. And nice seating with a view outside there if you're eating early enough in the day to enjoy that. And then they have seating all along the boulevard here, right next to the atrium. And then what restaurant would be complete without a bar? And here they have frozen concoctions, whichever flavor you want. They pretty much have it here, as well as any signature margaritas. They can make all that for you here. So we're going forward again. We're on the port side now. And from the atrium, that'll take us through to the sports bar. Highly themed area. It's similar to other ships in the fleet. Lots of memorabilia and some really cool installations here as well. One of my favorite things are these little nooks that have individual screens. And yes, you can get your favorite game played on one of these. You just have to ask them, and they can, as long as they have it available, they can turn it on for you. They have a larger one here for bigger parties. And there's just tons of classic memorabilia, punching bag, and baseball gloves, and tennis rackets. And each of these high top table has different types of balls and apparatus, which is cool. As well as you can see the floor here, the markings. And then for the really big games, they'll play those up here on this larger screen, so everyone can gather around and enjoy. And there's a great bar here as well. Of course, it's the sports bar. More screens up on top. I've been on board several of the ships that have a bar like this for like NBA finals, and it's a really awesome experience to be around so many fans from different sides, of course, and that's what keeps it fun. And then through this door, you can get into the billiard room. This is a cool space. Play some billiards. Even a nice classic Led Zeppelin pinball machine. I'd like to have that at home. So we're back at the atrium and still on deck 8. I'm going to take you around the starboard side of the ship. So we're going to be heading forward, and starboard is the right side of the ship when you're facing forward. And we're going to take you through this section here called Liberty Plaza. And you'll see why it's called that in a moment. So over here we have more shops, jewelry, and there's an Effie store here as well. And a lot of the areas on deck 8 have these pass-throughs that'll take you to the outside promenade. And you can see right across the area here, that is the sports bar that we were just in. So we're going to bypass that. Over here they have a kiosk with some watches. And then over here, back on the starboard side, we have the Brooklyn Cafe. And this spot has great live music in the evenings, and they have activities here as well throughout the cruise. And this deck is really the deck to really enjoy the fact that you're on a ship and just taking all the amazing views. There's lots and lots of glass on this deck. And then of course the Brooklyn Cafe would not be complete without its own bar. And that is over here. They got full coffee beverage machine here, so anything you want, they're ready to get it for you. So as we continue to head forward on deck number 8, there's another kiosk. This sells some sort of like hand creams and lotions. They've been demoing it for people past the sea day that we had. And now you're getting the idea why this is called Liberty Plaza. That's the casino, one deck below. And then we're back up here in the Times Square section with the dueling pianos, 2 decks below. So we're going to wrap around the starboard side here, and that'll take us through to the entrance of the Aria Spa, which if you have Aria level accommodation, you have full access to the thermal suite unlimited throughout your entire voyage. That to me is one of the best perks. Over here there's a cool classic looking barber shop. There's another salon. And then over here on the left side is the gym. So we'll head on into the MSC gym here on board Seashore. And you can see straight ahead here they've got some really nice equipment. kind of unique equipment actually on board a cruise ship. Lots of weight machines and bikes, step machines, and of course treadmills. And then through here they have a spinning class. Here's a walkthrough of the thermal area at the Aria Spa on board MSC Seashore. It's definitely beginning to look a lot like Christmas here in the snow room in the Aria Spa on board MSC Seashore. And this is the salt room. This is the bright sensory steam bath. There's a couple of different rooms for steam on board. So MSC Seashore utilizes a smart elevator system. So we're going to head on up to deck number 16. So we're going to tap that. And then it's going to call a car for us. So we're looking for car B, which is over here. And once you get inside, there's no buttons. It'll take you directly to your deck of choice. So we're in the forward section of deck 16. Pretty much from this elevator lobby forward is all going to be Yacht Club, all the way up from 16, 18, and 19, and 20 as well. And there's just one section on 19 that is the top 19 solarium for Aria guests, and I'll take you up there in a moment. But right now we're going to head aft, and they'll take us through the jungle pool area. And this is quite similar to the one that is on other ships in the fleet. But I really like this guy over here. Kind of reminds me of myself at times. So this jungle pool can be a covered area, but today with the nice weather we're having, the roof has been slid open, which is fantastic. And there's some more of those fantastic ocean views. And over here we have the Jungle Beach Bar. There is ice cream here as well. And this ice cream is also not included on the packages. And they have fresh juices and coffees, which are available on some of the packages. So from the jungle pool, you can go directly into the marketplace buffet. As we continue to move aft. And was here for breakfast this morning. So they do have breakfast, they have lunch, they have dinner. The pizzeria is in this section as well. Hopefully we're getting close to that point where I can show you that as well. So here we have soups and pastas. And then what I was looking for, the pizza. So right now we have pepperoni, we have vegetarian, and then we have, looks like bacon. This is similar to breakfast time. You've got a choice of some breads and cold cuts and cheeses. You can make a really nice sandwich. And here we have some fresh mozzarella. And there's some of the finished sandwiches. Looks great. And here we have some salads, and this looks nice. Some nachos with guac and salsa. And then rice, refried beans, tortillas, and slow-cooked pork. Very nice. And here's a nice variety of sweets. So from the marketplace buffet, you can come outside here and you can enjoy your meal outside off the back of the ship. And then right off the back here, you do have the Bridge of Sighs, which is quite an amazing view from there. And how about that, looking down to the infinity pool on deck 8 below. And here on the other side we have the Sky Bar, so you can have a beverage while you're enjoying your al fresco meal. So from deck 16 aft, we're going to head up to deck 18 aft. Just incidentally, there is no deck 17 on MSC ships. In Italian culture, that is considered bad luck. So you do not find deck 17. It goes from 16 to 18. So this area is called the Long Island Pool. Again, keeping that New York vibe going. Here you got a large screen. They do show movies here, and they have activities on the screen throughout the day. And a cool feature with the pool is they actually have this kind of elevated island area. So you can take a couple of steps up. It's kind of a more secluded little sun deck, which is kind of neat. So this pool would kind of be considered the Lido deck on most ships. And it's actually pretty large, wide as well. And they've got these loungers here that are off to the side, but you better come early if you want to catch one of these. And here we have the Long Island Bar with yet another place for gelato. Extra, of course. And over here on the starboard side, we do have the smoking section right next to the Long Island Pool Bar. And then kind of hidden around the corner from the bar is the towel exchange window, where you can get a towel and return a towel. And now we're going to check out the Hall of Games arcade, and we'll continue to go forward on deck 18. This looks cool. I'm not sure what this is. Beat Hero, some sort of a dancing game, I guess. And prize hub, so if you get tickets on some of the machines, you can come here and exchange it. Something that MSC has pretty much on all of their ships are these F1 racers, and this is really cool. This is the first one I've seen that doesn't actually have like the wheels and stuff, but still gives you the same idea. You get a simulated screen in front of you of the track, and then you got your cockpit and controls. Really cool. And then over here, there's like a rafting adventure simulator as well, which is first I've seen of this on board before. And then over here they have air hockey, like a bowling simulator, and basketball shot. And then this will take us to the lower level of the Pirates Cove Aqua Park. Up, I hear the ding. That means the bucket's getting ready to dump. You can get to the Pirates Cove Aqua Park as well if you come around the port side from the Long Island Pool. And that'll take you into the Pirates Cove area. And they really have great water slides, very similar to what they have on the Seaside class of ships. This one is a tube ride, and I do plan to go on all of these rides and give you a POV ride down each one of them. Right here we have more like the kiddie play area, some smaller slides. So we've got the whole pirate theming. This is like a galleon over here, and there's lots of sprays, nozzles, and there's a nice pool inside there. It's not too deep, and it's great for the kids to just kind of play around, wait for the big dump bucket to come and hit them. And what I really like, and I've always liked on the Seaside class of ships as well, is that this area is kind of covered a little bit, so there's not direct sun all day long here for the kids when they're having a great time. And for the really small cruisers, you got this kind of little splash area as well where they can enjoy some time to cool off. So for the more thrilling parts of Pirates Cove, there's these two racing slides which actually start inside the funnel itself. They spin around a corkscrew over here, and then they both come down here, and you can race your best friend or somebody you just met. Then there's this brown twisty slide, which is also quite nice. It's open, not enclosed, if that's more your thing. And then that'll end down there on the main level of the Aqua Park. And then you have this beast over here, which also starts from the inside of the funnel. And this one is a tube ride, but it has some sort of virtual reality twist to it. And then it shoots you down, 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 down to the deck below. Good. All right, see you later. I like the fact that MSC thought about parents that want to maybe stay dry but still be close to their kids. They've got these walkways that go around the backside, and for the most part you can stay pretty dry right here while your kids have a good time in there. And then from the Hall of Games, there's this corridor that takes you past the kids and teens clubs, which we'll try to show you as well. And as we continue to move forward, it'll take us to the upper level of the jungle pool area. And it is really nice with the roof open because it can get a little stifling in here sometimes. And here's the entrance to Do Re Mi Land. This is the kids play area for the different age groups, 3 to 6, 10 to 11. And this section of the upper jungle pool has some table tennis and some foosball.
All the way forward on deck 18, you'll find the MSC Yacht Club restaurant, exclusive for guests staying in Yacht Club accommodations.
And now we are in the top 19 solarium. And this area is exclusive to Aria guests on board the ship. Good morning. You have really nice seating. It's a little more plush up here than down near the main open areas for the rest of the ship. These little cabana area structures are first come, first serve. There's no cost for these. It's a nice option if you want to just chill out here during the day. And the Aria section does wrap around this just aft of the Yacht Club section and right around the jungle pool area down there. So this side is kind of like your lounging side, and then the other side has more sun deck chairs and a couple of hot tubs. And of course you have the Aria bar right here as well. Drink packages accepted here too. And this is key card access only, so if you don't have a key card that is programmed for Aria, you will not be able to get in here. And then on this side, like I said, they have the loungers. And a couple of large whirlpools for you to enjoy. So from deck 19, if you want to come into the Aria top 19 area, you do need to use either your wristband or your card. Over here, you'll get the green light and the door opens. So from top 19, on deck 19, we're going to continue to move aft past the MSC funnel. And that'll take us to the upper area of Pirates Cove. But it really is spectacularly themed here at Pirates Cove. Got these cannons up here where you can shoot people below in the pool. And then over here on the port side, which is just aft of the top 19, there are a couple of more hot tubs. These are open and available for everyone to use. That's one thing I also really like about MSC ships. There's no shortage of hot tubs. And then as we pass, continue to move aft on deck 19, take us overlooking the Long Island pool from up here. And then around the corner, we have another bar. And this is the Horizon Bar, which also has a coffee machine, fresh juices, and so forth. Okay, we're going to head up to deck 20 and check out the MSC Sports Arena. So this is the sports arena up here on deck 20, and you can see they have basketball, and then they also play soccer, and they have other activities as well planned in here. And also, when you're up here, don't forget to try out the Adventure Trail. So let's head down through the Adventure Trail.
Forward on deck 20, you'll find the unparalleled pampering of the MSC Yacht Club sun deck. This private area features its own pool and whirlpool, upgraded loungers, shaded cabanas, full-service bar, and an outdoor dining venue.
Thanks for joining me on our walking tour here on board MSC Seashore. Don't forget to like this video, post your comments and questions, hit that notification bell, and subscribe for more Talking Cruise.